If you've stumbled on this video, then you're probably wondering what the cost of living is in 2026 in the great city of Durham, North Carolina. Well, today we're diving deep into the cost of living, from groceries and home values to daycare, gas, car insurance, and everything in between. I'm going to break it all down so you know exactly what to expect if you plan on living here. I'm Meagan Black, a local realtor and expert here in Durham, North Carolina. If you've been watching YouTube videos and trying to figure out if moving to Durham is right for you, why don't you just call me? Get some personalized advice. If you're not the call kind of type person, just text me. The number's on the screen. I'm literally a source of tons of information. And speaking of information, let's get to it. So Durham's overall cost of living is right under the national average cost index by about 1 to 1.5. So on a statewide, we're about 3% higher than the average city in North Carolina. So let's break it down. Groceries are about 2% more expensive than the national average here in Durham, North Carolina. We pay about $4.50 for a carton of eggs, around $4.80 for a gallon of milk, a loaf of store bread is going to probably run you around $4, and bacon, because you got to bring home the bacon. It's going to run you about $5 to $8 depending on what brand you like. Personally, I'm a little bougie. I like to go to a local butcher named Moonbelly. That's where I get my bacon. It runs about $11. Best sausage in town, like absolutely delish. The Thai curry, oh my yeah. Now, right behind me is actually my favorite bakery. Again, bougie girl bakery. It's called Gugglehoff. Their bread is absolutely delicious. While you're here, you should ask them for a sample of their brownies. Now, I can't promise that you won't leave with an addiction problem or maybe even some diabetes. But luckily, if you get diabetes, Durham is a great place to be because Duke Hospital is one of the best hospitals in the country. Now, the cost of healthcare here is going to be a little bit higher than the national average, roughly around 4%. I looked it up and payscale.com said that the average doctor visit is going to run you around $143. The average dental visit is going to be somewhere around $126 and about $68 for all of our little furry friends. When it comes to housing, Durham's average home value is around $382,000. This number takes townhomes and single family homes into consideration. If you're just looking for a single family home, the average jumps up to about $399,000. You can usually tell a big difference in the homes just from jumping from $350,000 up to $400,000. New construction median sales prices are down about 3% year over year, which has really helped push some great incentives from new home construction. I've been able to get seller concessions, interest rate buydowns, and appliance packages for my clients. One of the best things about Durham, in my opinion, is that you can go and do the resale housing, you can get an older house if you want, or there's tons of new construction here, so you can buy a new house, you can buy a new build if that's what you're looking for. So either way, Durham's got you. Let's talk utilities. Now, there's a lot going on with Duke Power and a lot in the news from North Carolina discussing what's happening in Duke Power. However, you actually save money in Durham when you're comparing it to the rest of the country. Durham County residents pay 14.09 cents per kilowatt. That's about 15.8% less than the national average. Monthly bills are often ranging between $145 to about $208. If you want to rent instead of buy, the average rental for a 2-bedroom is around $1,300 to $1,500 a month. Now, for a 3-bedroom, it's going to jump up closer to around $1,900 to upwards of $2,300, $2,500 a month, depending on the location and the property. Now, keep in mind that that's like $18,000 to $24,000 a year in rent with 100% interest. So you may want to make a plan to buy before long so you can start building your own wealth. I'm not only a realtor, I also own several investment properties and help others gain wealth through real estate. Text me and ask me how I house hacked my first property, and I only paid a third of my rent for 6 years. Now, while it isn't totally necessary to have a car if you live specifically in downtown Durham, the chances are you are going to want to get around the triangle. The average price of gas right now is running about $2.89. The average car insurance is between $95 to $122 per month. Parking in Durham does typically cost during the week, which is usually about $2.25 to about $2.50 an hour. It's just kind of unfortunate. There are several parking decks throughout the city. Usually it's not a huge problem, but it can be a little bit more difficult to find parking on the weekends. Now, if you have kids, you're probably going to want a daycare. Daycare can be a little bit more on the expensive side, typically ranging somewhere between $275 to $350 a week. The Wildflower Cottage for Children is one of the top rated daycares and has a Reggio-inspired approach with an emphasis on nature-based learning. Now, if you'd rather hire an in-home nanny, the average pay for a good nanny is going to run you somewhere around $20 an hour. Diapers are on par with the national average, between 20 to 30 cents a diaper. And I was going to tell a joke here, but it was kind of crappy, so no? Okay. Anyway, so as far as private school, on average, you can expect to spend around $17,000 a year. One of the most prestigious private schools around here is called the Durham Academy. That school boasts an 100% graduation rate with a 99% college success rate. Their tuition is on the higher side, ranging between $28,000 to $38,000 a year. The average tuition and fees for colleges in Durham are approximately $7,600 for in-state and about $21,000 for out-of-state students. The cost varies drastically between public institutions like Durham Tech, ranging somewhere between $2,000 to $7,500 a year, and private institutions like Duke exceeding $68,000 a year. Durham has a median wage of about $63,000 and the average household income is right around $80,000. To live comfortably in Durham for a family of 4, you're probably going to need somewhere around $8,000 a month. Now, if you're a single adult, you can usually get away with about $4,000 a month. All in all, Durham is about the average cost of living. It's not the cheapest place to live, but it's also not crazy expensive. Housing and childcare are probably going to be your biggest budget items, while you may get some savings on your electricity and transportation. If you're thinking about moving here, the city's a great mix of culture, food, jobs, and lifestyle, but it's important to know your budget and be smart. Know what your biggest monthly bills are going to be and if you can afford it before you move here. If you'd like to learn more about how to budget for your move to the Triangle, let me know. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.